Welcome back, guys, to another American Mates video. Champions League second leg, round of 16 has concluded. We had some shocks. We had a La Remontada, and we had some batterings. Before we get into it, please like, please comment, please hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 150 subscribers. Please help us get there. And we can start it off with the first match from Tuesday, the La Remontada.
Vamos!
Sporting putting 5 past Bodo Glimt to send them home packing.
Come on, man.
Yes, sir. No, I did really enjoy the Bodo Cinderella run this year. I did pick them to go through in our prediction. Although I will say that result did make me happy as a Portuguese football fan. Glad to see Sporting get through to a quarterfinal for the first time in a very, very long time. And I'm glad that the coefficient went up.
I mean, yeah, it was just I know a lot of people were following the Bodo Glimt hype train. And yeah, I think they had good moments. I think some of the goals they scored and some of the passages of play they had were brilliant, but I think it was a matter of time before something like this happened. I mean, it's just not really sustainable playing against what's it called? It's not really sustainable, having such low kind of shots and shots on target. They did, even though they were kind of dominated by Sporting, they still had chances to score, but Sporting were just better in front of goal, better overall, and it was a good dominant performance. It's good to see from Sporting rather than just lie down and take the 3-0. They showed up.
Yeah. I do want to I would like to highlight a performance from Gonçalo Inácio. He played a great game. I have praised Tomas Araujo, but I mean it's already pretty much locked in, but that really reaffirmed my belief that he should be starting for Portugal at this World Cup alongside Ruben Dias in the back. He's great. He was playing great on the ball, great defense. Got a goal even. I almost forgot about that. Goal aside, he just played really well. Sporting all around just dominated Bodo Glimt. This was one of their first unsuccessful trips into Western Europe. Ethan, how are you feeling, man? How are you feeling?
As I sat here and I was listening to this game on the radio, every time I heard the announcer's voice go up and then it didn't end up in a goal, I was sitting there like, these guys might just score 2 goals and just not be able to do it. But you put 36 shots on that net, you better believe you're scoring 5.
Very true.
Big show, Luis Suarez. I know he scored a pen. He set up a goal. Pedro Gonçalves, you're lucky you scored because I want you out of the club.
He didn't
See you later,
look great.
pal.
He didn't look great, I'll be honest.
Awful. Trincão pulling the strings. I like to highlight one performance, man of the match worthy, and that's the best left back in the world, Maxi Araujo. He was locking up that attack. Warthog and Hauger, they didn't know what to do.
Hey.
You guys thought Bodo was a Cinderella story? It's Sporting's the Cinderella story. Hey, Arsenal, we're coming. Gyökeres, we're coming.
I hope so. Dude, honestly, you did make a point that I kind of forgot to touch on. Like, the amount of chances Sporting had within the first 10 minutes that they didn't score, I was like, oh,
insane.
No, dude. But they were battering them. It was like, genuinely, they could have probably had 3 goals in the first, 8 minutes. Like, it was crazy.
The thing is, that kind of worked for them when they played Inter. Like, they went up 3-1 at home, then went to Italy, and they did what they did against Sporting. They sat back and just waited, tried to hit them on the counter, and it worked. And I think maybe Inter are a team that is used to playing more defensively, kind of.
Hmm.
They're kind of used to hitting teams on the counter, whereas Sporting in the Portuguese league are used to dominating games, so they can just be like, all right, we're gonna go ahead, dominate, and just pile on the pressure.
Yeah, literally because that's pretty much what they go up against every week when they play the likes of
Yeah,
like Casapia, Roca,
yeah.
Alverca,
Like I
all
feel like
that stuff.
like I feel like Inter are more used to playing in transition rather than the
Right.
team letting them have the ball and just knocking it around and you know.
Yeah. Oh shit. Blacked out the cameras for a second. um moving on. Next game, not a fan favorite this year. Arsenal did grind out that win at home against Leverkusen to see themselves through to the last eight. Kept a clean sheet. Eze, what a hit, man. I will say. Cause I don't like Arsenal, but I do really like Eze. I feel like he's one of the only guys on that team that actually excites me, and when he's on the ball, I get like I get a sense of maybe something good will happen, something exciting, and he did show that yesterday with a
Yeah.
absolute turnaround banger.
Yeah. I saw some commentators speaking to it, and it's kind of like in the Prem, they're used to like the smaller teams sitting in a low block, so they kind of do rely on those corner tactics, set pieces, stuff like that. Whereas in the Champions League, and we've seen it you know, in the able the first phase as well, like when they just played the 8 games, like they were scoring a decent amount of goals because teams weren't sitting in low blocks. They're just going out and attacking them, and I think that's helping Arsenal play out more. And we're seeing better football than what we've seen from Arsenal this season. But
True, true.
These guys stink. They shouldn't even be in the Champions League anymore. These guys play the worst type of football. I don't care. If you're scoring 2 goals, Sporting would have put 5 past Bayer Leverkusen easily. Arsenal stink. You got David Raya stepping out of his box to make a throw. It's all right.
Yeah, that is
So
true. I did see
they,
that.
they can have their glory moment now.
Yeah, I think they've moved to the Champions League favorites now. I don't know if they were the whole time. I mean, I haven't really been keeping up with odds to be honest, but from what I've seen, they're now the favorites. I don't know, man. We had some great performances this round. That they definitely had a good round of 16. I don't know if it was the best out of all of them, but as much as I love to hate on them, I'll give them credit. They beat a pretty good Leverkusen team, and they got it done. They're in the quarterfinals, but they have to go to the Avalon. Are
yeah,
you? Are you? Uh, speaking of are you? Are you?
Oh my god.
What I thought. Oh, Chelsea. What I thought was going to be a remontada turned into getting whacked 3-0 at home.
yeah,
Chelsea. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't recognize my club. I got to be honest. Results aside, top to bottom, this thing's a mess since Abramovich lost. We got a Enzo who wears the armband half the time saying he doesn't know if he's going to stay, which fair enough. I respect your honesty, but still, like, come on, dude. We got guys buying players who all they want to do is make a farm system and buy 20-year-olds and try to flip them for profit instead of buying anyone who's proven in the Prem, basically. Guys like João Pedro and Caicedo, that's kind of what we need more of.
yeah.
And then Rosinho's giving Garnacho notes when we're down 7 goals, or you know what I mean. It's down 6 goals with 10 minutes left, and he's passing him a note. But go out there and get a goal. There's no note. There is no note at that point. But I
Uh,
will say, hats
yeah.
off to PSG. They had a great round. Kavicha is so good, dude. I
Yeah,
actually think he's at a point where he's underrated. Joey's been a day one Kavicha lover,
Yeah.
man.
uh, I think he is. Well, I'm just surprised he still sits the bench. Like it's just like they just. Well, I know he started yesterday, but like the first leg and even in the league, sometimes you just see him on the bench, and it's like. I mean, I guess. I mean, they do have like kind of all-star wingers. Like even Barcola had a good,
Dude,
you know,
he
two
had
legs
two
against.
nasty goals against us.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's better than Barcola. He should start over Barcola.
yeah, but I mean, well, it's also rotation too. You know, you play league. But yeah, PSG, they did the business. Chelsea, I mean, I think it's a. I mean, obviously it sucks losing to PSG, and it sucks the way, losing the way you did. But I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about Rosinha? Do you think he's still, the guy? Give him time and
No, he's still the guy. He
yeah,
is still the guy 100%. It's the people we have in our locker room, aka Alejandro Garnacho, who's leaking the team lineup before the match even starts.
yeah.
Hey,
He did the
there's
same
there's
thing at
theories
Man
it might
United.
be Fofana. I've been seeing a
Oh, it
lot of
probably is.
I've been seeing a lot about him too. He was laughing on the bench while we're down 6 goals
Yeah.
on aggregate. So, dude,
I
Mamadou
from
Sarr had banana foot on that first goal too, dude. I don't know what the hell that was,
yeah, I don't know.
but yeah,
Well, I will say. Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna say something quick. Garnacho did used to leak the lineups at Man United when he didn't start.
yeah.
So he's
Any
a top. He's
coincidence that it
poison.
followed him?
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew going into it. I admittedly I was a little naive and thought it was going to turn around, but going into the Rosinho signing, like bringing Rosinho in as our manager, I knew it was going to have to be a long-term project. Sources are currently saying that the higher ups at Chelsea are having meetings about his future. He might be on the chopping block, but I always felt that when we brought him in, this was supposed to be a long-term thing. Like, give him a transfer window, let him clear out the dead
Yeah.
wood, as Joey says. Although now I don't know what we're gonna do about that because we've got a transfer ban and everything's just oh my club's in the mud. But I, I was under the impression that bringing this guy in, the plan was to get rid of the guys who are holding us back, let him sign some new guys, let him invest in the youth, bring up the locker room vibes, and turn it around maybe next season or the season after. I wasn't really under the impression that this guy was just gonna come in and turn us around and make us a world empire of a club again. But we'll see. I guess
Yeah.
he might not get enough time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It is. It
We saw
is,
too many bad apples at the club. I don't know.
dude. I
Always
just
had it. I don't know.
It's just young players in general, man. They just like
it is,
they're inconsistent. They don't want to take the blame of, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
played bad. It's always, oh, it's this guy's fault.
dude.
You
Yeah.
know.
I just hate the current mentality with Chelsea. It's like it was so different when I was younger. 2010s Chelsea. I know it's easy to be nostalgic, but like these guys go down and they start hanging their heads and feeling sorry for themselves. Like gotta bleed the badge. They only Enzo Fernandez grabs that badge when it's convenient, and now he's talking about he doesn't know what he wants to
Yeah.
do. So
Yeah.
No, he says one week, oh, I don't want to be here anymore. Then the next week he scores a goal, kisses the bench, says I want to stay here forever.
yeah,
And then 2
yeah,
weeks later, he'll go, oh, I don't want to be here anymore.
it's all right.
Yeah.
Sam warned us about this with Benfica. We knew how he was. He did the same thing with them. So
Yeah.
You
we'll
should bring
see.
back Roman Abramovich. Bring back Roman.
I wish. I wish. Hey, he didn't do it.
Hey,
But
I rem- I saw a clip from a podcast and I forgot. I think John Obi Mikel said that Roman Abramovich came down to the Chelsea locker room and said, "If you guys play like shit, I have 10 other players that I can buy and replace you with."
Yeah.
So
now Todd Bowley
now it's
comes
like, oh, I
down
got a
and
15-year-old that's not going to play ever for Chelsea.
yeah, Todd Bowley says if you guys play like shit, I can spend money and buy more shit. So Please, just let's turn it around, Chelsea. Please, please, please get Blue Co out of there, whatever the ownership's called. Bunch of shitters. Anywho, Chelsea raging aside, let's get back to my overall UCL reactions. Man City versus Real Madrid. They did lose at the Etihad, 1-2. What'd you guys make of this one?
I think it's just Real Madrid doing their business. I
Yeah.
mean, they I think they were obviously 3-0 up. Man City knew they had to do something special. Bernardo Silva making just a poor decision, blocking the ball with his hand.
Chicken winging in the box.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, Real Madrid do what Real Madrid do. I wouldn't expect
Yeah.
anything else. So, I mean, they didn't have Mbappe. Mbappe came on later in the game. They still are starting Petark in the midfield. Like, they're winning games with, nowhere near their, strongest lineup. So it's kind of scary if they get, healthy players again.
Shout out P-Tarch, dude. P-Tarch been putting
I
in
mean,
good
yeah,
performance. Good performance.
dude, he comes in, he's playing against Roger. He looks like he's, a full blown professional. Like, it doesn't even look like, he's a young player, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I will say, despite the scoreline and being down 10 men, Manchester City did show a lot of desire to try and win the game. They definitely were generating chances. I felt like Doku had a decent performance as well.
Yeah.
On another day, it could have went their way. That is the classic yearly matchup. I think we all predicted Real Madrid were going to win it. They did their
Except for
thing.
me.
Oh, shit. And they did their thing, like Joey said. Real Madrid did a Real Madrid. I feel like Vinicius Jr. is having a sneaky good Champions League season
Yeah.
right now. People aren't talking about it
Yeah.
enough, but 4 goals in his last 4. He has, I think, 9 goal contributions total in the tournament already. He's having himself a good year, man. He really is. People just get
Yeah.
distracted by the dancing and the complaining to the ref and such, but he's a great
fueled
player,
by the
man.
hate.
He is.
He's fueled by
He
the
Dude,
is.
hate.
let me just say, like, people, yeah, they don't like Vinicius Jr. taunting the fans, whatever it may be, whatever. But dude, they're literally holding up a sign. They're holding up, a big banner of Rodri winning the
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or, making fun of Vinicius. It's like, what is it like?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
scores. Let him let him celebrate in front of the fans. Like,
Dude, yeah.
Donnarumma's getting pissed off. Like, guy,
No, literally.
seriously?
It's like, who cares, dude? He scored.
Yeah.
People Jamie Vardy smashes a corner flag and it's shit house, and Vinicius dances near the corner flag and he's a cocky piece of shit. It's like, it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense, but
Yeah.
and that's coming
Violet,
from me.
baby,
That's coming
violet.
from me, but I think he is a little overhated. He definitely has his moments, but let him celebrate. If he scores,
All
he
right,
scores.
keep hating him because when that Ballon d'Or comes, everyone can eat it.
Is that a Vinicius Ballon d'Or prediction right there?
Maybe.
Really?
All right. I've now lined it up. Moving on to our next slate of games. Real Madrid's La Liga counterpart. Barcelona, reigning champions of Spain, put on a show today with a 7-2
Yeah.
thumping of Newcastle at home. Great game. Great. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's one of those games where, like, if I was trying to convince someone who didn't like soccer to watch soccer, that would be a game I would show them. That first
Yeah.
half of it, I think it was 2-2, 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in, like back and forth, end to end, attack, attack, attack. Both I love a game like that where both teams were trying to win. I hate when people go into these big games tied and it's both teams trying not to lose and they're just playing
Yeah.
conservative ball. Especially like on an
Yeah.
individual level, that's part of why I love Lamine Yamal. He's not afraid to lose the ball in pursuit of playing a good pass or dribbling, or I like confident
Yeah.
players like that. But Newcastle, they had a good first half. Shout out Anthony Alonga. getting a brace in the Camp Nou after scoring 1 goal, I think, in the FA Cup all year. That took me by surprise. But what did you guys make of the game?
I mean, yeah, I did expect Barcelona to win at home. Didn't expect it to be 7, but I mean, anything can happen in the Champions League, especially when, you know, they got. I feel like I don't know what happened to Newcastle. I feel like they got the penalty. The third goal was a penalty, right? Was the third goal the
Yeah,
penalty?
third Barcelona goal was a
Yeah,
pen. Yeah,
yeah, the Lamine
Yeah,
pen, yeah,
like they got the penalty, and it was 3-2, and then it looked like I don't know what happened. It looked like Newcastle got the life sucked out of them for some weird reason, and Barcelona just kept hammering them. It's like I don't know,
yeah,
but I mean, also I will say the Newcastle team is pretty inexperienced when it comes to Champions League. Not all players. There are, I think a couple players in there are definitely like up level, close to world class. But Dan Burn and Malik Tiaw haven't played too many Champions League games. Even Anthony Alonga, Anthony Gordon, it's like those guys are pretty new to the Champions League. They're not used to like a knockout phase, and I think
yeah.
Barcelona showed their, experience in that light and stuff like that.
Dude, Anthony Gordon has been having a good year in the Champions League, but today was just not his day. He low-key had a stinker. He felt like he could have had
I
a
don't know.
goal or assist here and there. Like he was in some right places, but he just couldn't get things to work out for him today.
I feel like he can play striker against like maybe a bad team, but like I feel like a good organized team he can't play really striker against, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
if only they had like
you can't do it against Hansi Flick's offside trap.
only they had like a
Yes.
new young striker they paid like 100 million for they could use.
Yeah.
Oh
That,
no, that guy plays number 10 now. You don't know.
oh yeah, that's
He's a
right.
midfielder now.
The 7 foot tall number 10. I forgot about him. Yeah,
He's 7'10" and they don't put in crosses at all.
yeah. He's scared to header the
Wait.
ball.
Yeah.
Also, I did notice Joan Garcia was grabbing his calf and came out for Chesney. Hopefully
Oh
he's all
really?
right. Hope he comes back
Yeah.
because they'll need him. He is a very, very solid keeper. The fans love Chesney though. Everybody kind of went crazy when he came
Right?
in. I
Well, I
forget
think
he's there sometimes.
yeah. I thought Chesney was gonna like retire, like
I
leave.
I think he
I
came
thought
out.
No,
I think he came out of
He did
retirement.
retire, and then yeah, Barcelona I think called him out of retirement.
Yeah,
No, I know, but I thought yeah, that was last season, but then I thought at the end of the season he was like gonna leave because they got Joan Garcia, but I guess not.
apparently
Oh, they
not.
did let go of
Nah,
Biggs
he's
and
there for
Pulisic.
vibes, dude.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Next up, another drumming, but over 2 legs drumming. Bayern Munich beating Atalanta
yeah.
4-1 today, 10-2 on aggregate.
I mean, yeah, it's just men
They're
versus
showing,
boys.
they're showing it.
Yeah,
They should be the true favorites. None of this Arsenal pity party crap. The Dells are the favorites. You
oh,
beat a lesser opponent 10-2 across 2 legs. That's a Champions League favorite. Not
absolutely.
beating Bayer Leverkusen 3-1 across 2 legs. Come on.
I agree. They dude,
Yeah,
they actually like in the predictions video. I said that this was the most lopsided matchup, but like, geez, 10-2 was just not what I expected. And it's like I think Joey said it in our last video. Like I kind of expected them to come with a weaker lineup, and they just like they did, but they didn't at the same time. Like Luis Diaz still played, Harry Kane still played, Rafa Guerreiro was at the 10. Jogan Dash.
yeah. And
Uh,
and the guy they had playing left back is usually a center mid as well, Bischoff. So
but yeah, they even with this team, they were just kind of doing circles. Everyone thought they were gonna have to start a 16-year-old goalie today, but then there was a whole to do because it's illegal to work in Germany past 8 p.m. and the game was at 9, and they were like trying to register him, but then Erbig got cleared. I think he was in concussion protocol, if I'm not mistaken. Harry Kane scored
Mm.
a banger, I must say.
Yeah.
That he like was bodying guys and just turned and smashed it top corner. It was awesome goal, awesome goal. I don't know what happened to Atalanta though, man. They're just
Yeah.
they had
I don't know.
they were decent back like around COVID, like 2021, 2020, 2019.
Well, they have a
They
different
don't have they
different
don't have
coach.
Gasparini, the man behind the
Yeah, a lot
power
of
of
those players.
Atalanta.
Well, all those players are gone now too, like
That is true.
Gozens and you know,
Yeah,
they do have. I think they still have a pretty strong team, but I think Bayern are just another
We just
level.
that is true.
They're one of
we
the
just
best.
walked
They're one
into
of
a
the best.
buzzsaw.
Yeah.
I think Bayern might be the best team in the world right now, to be honest.
I mean, from what I've seen, honestly, I mean, obviously, it's not fair watching them play against Bundesliga teams and in Atalanta. But I mean, from what I've seen, they play beautiful soccer. It doesn't matter who's on the field if they're playing Guerrero at 10 or
Yeah.
Musiala. It doesn't matter, and they're still winning games.
Them and Barca have such stacked attacks where it's like they'll just have these games and you'll just see like they'll have 5 goals, 5 different guys will score. It's like
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. But they'll have their real test against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
That's going to be a very interesting quarterfinal to see.
Yeah.
The goalie situation is a tough one because I don't know if Herbig can keep this run going.
That is
It's gonna be a
true.
little tough.
That is true. He had a couple good saves today. Next up, another 4-goal victory. This time, Liverpool unfortunately beat Galatasaray 4-0. Another team that I feel stole our hearts in this Champions League. They had a good run. Osimhen got hurt early. He was kind of the guy you felt like was going to make something happen, and they could not get it going from the start. I will say, despite the 4-0, their goalie kind of played a great game.
Yeah.
He was making some crazy
He's,
saves and he was flying all over the place.
yeah. He was trying to keep them in it, but these guys couldn't even connect the pass. They got the
It,
ball and just booted right back over. Couldn't even connect the pass. I don't like the first half. I don't think they left their half of the pitch, to be honest.
yeah, they started like really like rough and shaky, but they kind of did in the first leg. So I was like, they'll settle in. Like maybe they're just slow
Yeah.
starters, and then it was like you said, like they just never got it going, and then after the second half started, it went from like bad to like dumpster fire. They got
Yeah.
Liverpool got 2 goals in 2 minutes. Mo Salah had a penalty that got saved. I forgot about that too. Uh, Again, 32 shots. You're
Jesus.
bound to probably get 4 goals
Yeah.
usually at that point. Dang,
Yeah. I mean,
32-4. That's Szoboszlai is so good right now though. He
yeah.
he played a good game.
Yeah.
Why Liverpool? Why? And then poor Noah Lang came off the bench and sliced his hand open for no reason on the poor dude.
Yeah.
I saw him go over to the wall and grab it, and then he just like grabbed his hand and went down. I was like, what just happened? I was like, did the cameraman just bite him? And then I saw like blood all over his hand. I was like, holy shit. But yeah,
I want to know why the Liverpool fans were pointing and chanting at the Galatasaray fans.
who were
Like, come
supposed to
on,
be
are you
banned.
serious? If your stadium catches on fire, I don't want to hear anything after.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet today that was like, it was a Liverpool fan page, and it was like, I had my doubts that the guy I sold my ticket to named Yusuf was actually Irish, but I sold it to him anyway. Last but not least, on this second leg of the round of 16, Tottenham Hotspur beat Atletico Madrid 3-2 at home. Uh, you know, For as bad as they've been, that was probably one of their best games all season. I feel like if we had seen this Tottenham earlier, they might have actually strung some things together. I believe that was their first win under Tudor today.
Technically, yeah, I think.
Yeah, Xavi Siemens with the brace. His first goal was nice. Honestly, really good penalty too, for what it's worth. But they actually showed some desire today, like they wanted to play and they wanted to win. And I feel like if they did that more often, they could have probably got some results this year. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just. I don't know if it was just motivation for the remontada or what, but they actually didn't look too bad.
They gave
Yeah,
their fans one more thing to cheer for before they get relegated.
Literally. I
Honestly, I thought they were gonna pull it off. They scored that third goal. I was like, oh boy, they might get it, but no.
I thought there was life, but ah, Tottenham. It would be the Tottenham thing to do to have their best performance of the season and a win in a game that ultimately eliminated them from the Champions League. Tottenham's gonna Tottenham no matter what, man.
yeah. I don't know. I don't think yeah, it was an all right performance from Tottenham. Not enough to overtake the deficit. But that's kind of how I was saying. I said this, in the last video, or the last video we did about the Champions League. Like, Atletico Madrid, they just when they have a lead, they just like don't care. Like, not that they don't care, but like, they don't care if they lose as long as the aggregate is still
Yeah.
that level. So
Literally.
Who does Atletico have next?
Barcelona, La Liga matchup. That's gonna be an
mm,
interesting one. Two teams that know each other very well. I will say that result was good for the coefficient though, because Portugal, Portugal, I think are right behind Spain for that second place spot, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
So
yeah,
helpful. Hopefully, Port can get it done like Braga did today. Help Portugal catch up and get some more UCL spots. But yeah, that's all the games. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. We hope you
yes,
join us
sir,
for our quarterfinals predictions video coming soon. Let us know
yes,
in the
sir.
comments what you thought of the round of 16. Let us know who you think is going to win in the quarterfinals. And please make sure to subscribe if you made it this far. We really appreciate the support. Till next time.